Microsoft Theater here in downtown Los Angeles. Brought to you by Shawn Porter Promotions. Live from Los
Man, I came up in here getting roasted today.
By who?
By our dear producer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he started before we got
Man, I
here?
came in, he said, well, that shirt's kind of loud. I said, well, what you think about the shoes? He said, so Wreck-It Ralph bullshit shoes? I said, goddamn.
We can't all have cool black t-shirts on with chains, Ryan.
And fresh every time.
Yeah.
Only person who could do that is Ryan and Max Crosby.
And Max Crosby. It's a cool white guy thing. I'm not in the club. I'm just
Yeah, you just
all of what y'all
what
just
type
said.
of white guy is he?
a unique one. A one of one. Bernard Hopkins.
Talk about what kind of white people or black people we are. What kind of black person is Ant?
I be out here, sometimes I don't get along with N-words. Shawn knows that.
Ant the house nigga.
No. At the end of the day,
Shawn said that.
No, at the end of the day, I kick with everybody, but hey man. Hey,
Until I show up and then I got him and then I put him in the field.
hey, I kicked it with yesterday. Whew, my brother. Shout out to my mom, just turned
Came over
70
to the
years.
house?
No, my mom turned 70 years old, so we had a
that's
big
what's up.
birthday party
The
for
rich
her.
one?
No.
Oh.
No. The rich one don't even talk.
Is he rich? In his mind, is he rich? In his mind?
In his mind, he was coming on the show today to do the show, and he was going to talk. I don't know what he's going to talk about, but my brother was supposed to be coming on the show today. I didn't even invite him on the show.
I'm going to have my brother on. Like,
All right, well, we'll put them both
relatively
on. Do you got a brother?
Nope. Only child.
Do you got a brother you don't know about?
No, I don't.
I do have.
No.
I have a brother and sister I know about that I don't know about. You got a brother and sister that you know about that I don't know
I
about?
don't.
Ask your daddy.
I don't.
It always comes from my daddies.
We know everybody. Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. Probably should have started with that.
Do you got a brother and
Yeah,
sister
right.
that you don't know?
And with 2 T's, we've been missing. I think you was out
Yeah,
the
man.
last 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
so.
man. I was in Louisiana hanging out with my family.
How was Louisiana?
Louisiana was beautiful. We had a wonderful time. Ate good. You know how it is out there. Shout out to the people that knew the podcast.
Yeah. You get a lot of love out there from the podcast?
Did we? Tell us.
Hey, man. People like you. A lot of the black fans like you. I was like, you mean Shawn Porter? He's like, no, the white boy.
Let's go.
He know his shit. I'm like, yeah, he do.
Let's go.
Yeah, so shout out to them. But yeah, we had a good time out there.
Did you hear a lot of Boozy out there? Was that
Bootsy?
Was that Boozy, the rapper?
Bootsy?
No,
Never
B-O-O-S-I-E.
mind.
No, don't know.
The little one.
Oh no, I'm too old. I know Bootsy.
I'm
Okay.
too old to Bootsy Collins.
Okay.
I'm with you.
No, Bootsy. No, Bootsy from Louisiana.
Oh, that's a rapper too.
Yeah.
Okay, no, see,
Yeah.
You know him. You got to know him.
Yeah.
You probably drawing a little blank right now.
Yeah. Bootsy. He killed some people. He went to jail.
Juvenile's from Louisiana.
Yeah, he's from
right?
Baton Rouge. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, New Orleans.
Yeah.
So Juvenile is the GOAT of New Orleans. Sorry, Lil Wayne.
Oh, yeah, Lil Wayne. Yeah, right, Lil Wayne. Master P?
Juvie was my favorite.
Juvie the Great.
Yeah, Juvie was my favorite.
We're starting strong this
Yeah, we
episode.
started, shout out to Louisiana. Had a good time. The best food in the gas station, of course. If y'all ever go down there, one day I'm going to get all y'all down there. We're going to have a good time. I'll be back.
Hold on. What you just say?
The best food in Louisiana is at the gas station.
Is that a good thing?
If you know in the comments, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You walk in the gas station, it's like a regular gas station.
Yeah.
You go down a little bit, go around that corner, it's a whole restaurant. Like
Kind of like Mario's, but on just on another level.
Yeah. Sound like Mario's, but yeah.
Like intentional. They was intentional about putting the restaurant
Yeah, man.
in the
Yeah, we had a good time. Shout out to my cousins. We met up with them, went out to the game. We went into a building. You guys know I'm 6'4".
Right.
Y'all know my other brother's a little bigger than me.
Yeah.
Okay.
He about 6'9", 6'10".
Right.
My cousin's husband walked in. He's 6'11". The lady said, "Y'all just keep getting bigger."
Moving on. I didn't want to hear about your whole goddamn vacation.
I enjoyed it. I could hear more about
Shout out
it.
to
Yeah.
Best children's museum I ever been to.
Really?
Yep. My kid loved it.
So they got it going on down there.
It was actually a children's trip, this one.
Yeah.
Museums.
Don't matter, but they got it going on.
Yeah,
Sounds lovely.
they got something out there. I won't stay there, but they got something going on.
It's kind of like Omaha.
Oh, don't do that. No, New Orleans. Y'all ain't nothing like Omaha. Omaha, y'all ain't nothing like New Orleans. Let's get that right. Shout out to Terrence Crawford. Just opened his gym. The only gym in Omaha. So if y'all want to play basketball, you got to go to Terrence Crawford's house.
He just opened
It's
up.
the only basketball gym in Omaha.
Hold on.
How's that
You
possible?
don't know. Did he tell you that?
Yeah, that's not actually true. They don't have high schools there?
No, they play at Terrence Crawford's house. They've been waiting on Terrence Crawford's to play.
There's a lot of boxing going on this weekend. We're going to move past this. I don't know what the hell was happening now.
I was enjoying it. But
Yeah.
Shout out Omaha.
Yeah, that's pretty much, this is us, like, you know, when the camera's off, like, you know, then we kind of button up so that we can do a show for y'all.
We're actually
But,
way bigger jerks when
we?
the camera's off. Yeah, all three, right? All three of it?
Yeah.
We say some crazy stuff to each other.
In the comments, who's the biggest jerk out of all of us? We had the zone last night.
Low key, Shawn.
Damn, that's crazy.
Big key gonna be me. Big key.
I want to know what they got, who they think.
All right.
You said low key me, but
it's
big
gonna be me. It's
yeah.
gonna be me.
Everybody gonna say, "Oh yeah, Shawn look like it though."
Yeah. Shawn's,
Sometimes you'll so kindly just be brutally honest. And
Yeah.
that's so technically you, but Shawn's a good guy.
y'all wouldn't believe it. I wake up text messages from Shawn first thing in my life. I'm like, I gotta hear this. How terrible I am. You text me some crazy
There was
stuff.
one
never
time.
did that.
There was one time Shawn said, "Just do me a favor, pull your hair out of your face for a second." And I did, and he goes, "Oh, you got really ugly all of a sudden." So that's
crazy. That's crazy.
what I did.
That's crazy.
I don't know what I be doing. Let's get to some boxing real quick. Had some stuff going on DAZN this weekend. We had
Shout out to the zone.
Boots did his thug thizzle. Mm-hmm. You want to go through the card a little bit?
Hit him with the reference I text you about real quick, please.
Boots upside your head. It say boots upside your head.
There you go. From the Gap
Boots
Band.
upside your head. I said boots
that's
upside
Boots
your head.
Amanda Stanionis must felt like the Gap Band was in there.
Did we?
No.
That was a possibility.
Yeah.
But
happening?
I don't think we like really, especially not in the 6th round. We didn't expect that in the 6th round. You didn't say 6. You said 10.
Say 6, but I did say I didn't
did.
pick a round.
You
I
said-
didn't pick, but I did say this is the fight that gets people back on the bandwagon and
Yeah.
shows he's the best welterweight in the world.
Yeah.
And he did.
Yeah.
But I went back and added onto it a little bit when I posted our predictions on my channel. I added onto it, but I do think Boots will get hit enough to where people are still saying, I'm not sure that translates to 154 against right. And so that's what happened. I think he definitely showed that he's right now the number 1 welterweight in the world, the only one with 2 belts, the lineal champ. I do think Brian Norman is a wild card, and you know, Norman's not the favorite, but he's the one legit threat in the division right now.
Yeah.
No disrespect to Barrios.
Go back real quick on Ford. Just want to
Yeah.
shout out Ford real quick. I mean, he looked great last night.
Easy work.
I like the kid, man. I like how he stays busy. You know what I mean? He's been consistent. His performances have been consistent. Just a really good boxer, man. I can't say enough about Ford. So I thought he did. I thought that Mattice was gonna give him a little bit more of a challenge based on the Mattice that I know, and I've known him for a long time. But he didn't come out working his hands, and I think he got broke down a little bit. And then, even when he did try to be assertive and use his offense, it really didn't have much effect. And I think that he just came out with the wrong game plan. It may not have even been a game plan so much as it was him. I felt like it was the moment for him. I felt like the moment was a little big for him, and it took him a couple of rounds for him to kind of like bite down. But by the end, it was like, his body's a little beat up. The weight cut for him, I know is extreme. And, the fight just went the way that it went. But Ford did everything he was supposed to do against who they put him in the ring with, man. I really like Ford.
Yeah, I thought he boxed. He just boxed a really good fight. His boxing was on point.
Mm-hmm.
He never was inactive. He never forgot his jab. Up until the last 2 rounds a little bit. And I'll get into that for a second to give some credit to Mattice being a savvy veteran. But for those 8 rounds in particular, before 9 and 10, he just boxed beautifully, boxed really well. The combinations came out, so it wasn't just pop shotting. The jab set up everything. He touched the body. He always got the lead foot positioning. He kept stepping to the outside of Matisse's foot and getting what he wanted. when Mattice would back straight out, he'd follow him straight out and throw the first punch knowing it's going to fall short, and then boom, follow up with it with the right hook.
Just good boxing and adjustments and just kind of like knowing where to be. You know what I mean?
Doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Doing the things the coach would be asking for, and he's just doing it every round.
The main thing, I'm sorry to cut you off, but the main thing about a professional boxer that makes a professional fighter dangerous, the more mature a fighter gets, the more dangerous he becomes. He becomes smarter, but also has the athleticism and the talent and things like that. Ford is becoming more and more dangerous as he goes on because he's maturing fight after fight. The fact that Mattice has this high guard in the whole fight, not once did he let go of that offense because it wasn't landing clean. He continued to work and just do what needed to be done. Mature, man. Good fighter, man. I like Ford.
Yeah, me too. I think, like, is he the next pound for pound, this or that? I don't know. He doesn't necessarily have to be. He's just a really good championship level fighter with a good IQ. I do like him being boxer puncher and not a pure boxer. I don't think he's Shakur Stevenson. You know, I think he's better. I like that he runs his combinations and every couple of moments in the round, he's pressing that button to let his hands go. I like that.
You see flashes of Shakur though. You see a flash of Shakur and then you see more offense than you get from Shakur, and it's like that's kind of like what separates them. They got the same kind of style, same kind of everything, but he's just a little bit more offensive. Yeah,
exactly, and he should stick to that because he won the belt against Klomatov, and even against Nick Ball, got a lot of his best work done committing to the body, putting combinations together. So I don't ever want to see him become a pot shot artist. That's not his game. He's got to still throw his combinations.
Yeah.
The last two rounds, though, I was impressed by Mattice. He showed kind of, if you got an eye for it, beautifully how to con your way through the fight. And because just when Ford is starting to go to sleep, this guy's not giving me anything to counter, I'm banking each round, then he would throw a hard right hand down the pipe that's like, hey, if you fall asleep in there, young man, this guy still knows how to handle himself. And then he'd put on fake bluffing pressure. He'd throw one right hand, two right hands, and now I'm in your face, and I'm in your face.
Shawn Porter did that.
No. Imagine being from Cleveland, though, and you know what's supposed to come after that, and it don't come.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Yeah. I'm like, come on.
Well, you know what it does is now 30 seconds just went by, and he just got through. He's killing the clock doing these things, and that's how a smart veteran fighter gets out of their 10 rounds relatively unscathed, despite losing every round. So, and for Ford, he got away from his jab a little bit at the end because he's like, okay, this dude pissed me off a little bit. I want him to run into something. And then Mattice would fake like he's going to give him something to punch out and wouldn't. And so anyways, what'd you think, Ant?
I want to see what I see Ford calling out my man Shushu. I never seen a champion call off somebody from an even lower division.
Right.
I guess same division.
But Bruce is coming up.
Bruce
one
coming
day,
up. How y'all like that? How y'all see that fight?
Love that fight. I just think
too soon.
To make it that a big type of fight, a significant fight. Bruce would first have to go to 30, and someone's got to get a belt between the two of them. But I love the fight.
Was his belt's not official?
Well, no, he lost the belt to Nick Ball, the WBA, and so now he's high up in the rankings at 130. So he's not a champion yet at 130, but it definitely looks like he will be.
Silver belt.
Second fight at 130?
Yeah,
second fight at 130. Looks strong at 132. Yeah.
Okay. So
just a good fighter.
Yep.
We got action at 130 right now. There's a lot of guys out there. I think we lost Lamont, right? We lost Lamont.
Yeah.
We lost Lamont?
He going back now?
No, he's definitely going to be fighting Tank again.
Well, but
after that, wherever the money is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can definitely see him.
He's a money guy now. Okay.
If someone,
unless he lose,
right?
Yeah.
But even then, actually, if he loses, it might be more likely he goes back to 30 because that's
I'm
where
not
he
talking
still
about
has
the
the belt.
Tank. I'm talking about after that Tank fight.
Oh yeah.
I said this. I said people after you fight these big name guys, after you fight Canelo, the way Munguia did it, I think Munguia did too much, but you have this light over you, and you have to use that light to continue. So I think win, lose, or draw, and the next one against Tank. And again, there's really no sure thing that he's gonna lose to Tank in the rematch. A lot of people think, Tank gonna be coming to the ring serious, It's still a 50-50 fight. I told y'all that was a 50-50 fight before it happened. It's still
It might be a 95-5.
Hey, listen, we got to see it first.
I love you got Tank.
What I said
As
to
a
you before
challenger.
that fight started, I said, you see Lamar, he thick. Like, look at his body.
You told me Lamar probably gets stopped in the first 2 rounds.
I never said
That's what
that.
he said. I think I got Lamar probably gonna get stopped. He looking kind of chubby out of shape.
You said that. Could never have said that.
CTE guys don't box. Nah, he said that. I'm just
Never. He said, hey, listen, I'm telling you.
Shawn did say
y'all,
he looked thick. He looked like the bigger guy.
yeah, so
Pause.
don't think that Tank just gonna go in there and try to run it. He not. He's still gonna be smart and try to be methodical about it. But I think Tank, and I need to be a Tank conversation, but Tank's gonna figure out ways to put his foot on the gas pedal in ways that he hasn't done that with anybody else. It's been with everybody else.
I think
It's
Tank
been
needed this.
just like that. But this one is gonna be you know what I mean? He gonna
Some
be
cornering and
Yeah, he
turning
gonna
and stuff.
and
Yeah,
then he gonna have to
I'm playing
find.
Gran Turismo right now, so it's the perfect.
Tank in 5.
I ain't mad at it.
Tank in 5.
I ain't mad at it. But don't be surprised.
Tank in 5.
Don't be surprised if it's Lamar at 5. I'm
know,
just
a lot
saying.
here.
Just
A lot
saying.
of fighters, basically all of them that I'm talking to, are echoing Shawn's sentiments.
Fighters.
Yeah,
Thank you.
From
And I'm not
Clarissa,
fighting.
Fighters, we just know.
like
almost sure
Clarissa,
about
Abdullah
boxing.
Mason, like a lot of top level fighters.
Yeah, you putting
are-
all them against me? Huh.
Yeah, well, no, I ultimately do think Tank will win the rematch.
Don't even remember where I was going with that. So that
My
whole,
bad, my bad.
You can't make CET comments to me. Don't look at that shit. It's like sitting with
you
me
want me
now.
to sneak that in?
I'm over here like.
No. You heard me sneak that in? I didn't even say that.
Absolutely.
I didn't even say that.
I don't even remember where I was going with
All
that, but
Well, ultimately, Raymond Ford might fight Lamont Roach one day because Ford is coming up high in the WBA rankings, and so when Roach, whatever happens in the Davis fights, when he returns, maybe Raymond Ford will get to fight him. Probably not.
yeah.
Probably not though.
Yeah.
If I don't know.
It's
I can
still,
see it. I can see
There's
that.
still a bunch of fun fights down there at 130. We
Oh
got,
yeah.
And have them.
Basically.
And keep as long as you healthy and you ain't getting beat down, go back in there and do it again.
Yeah, you got Foster.
Yeah.
I like Foster. Who's another champion 130?
Navarrete.
Navarrete. What is he? 130?
30. He's 30.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's 30.
Okay, so yeah, we can
We got who we got next? We got
Shock.
Shockey fighting.
Fulton maybe.
Oh, okay, it's not official
So
yet.
PBC Top Rank are trying to
Oh,
hammer
for
out.
real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Fulton Foster and
Forgot
Xander
about
Zayas Fundora.
Yeah, on one card.
No. But
Oh,
they're- those fights are being negotiated.
I think that's worthy of one card though.
Yeah.
I think that should work.
Yeah.
That should happen on the Prime app.
I'm with it. Yeah. I
Yeah,
would love it.
that ain't bad. Hey, shout out to PBC. They said they're having them fight every month for the rest of this year.
Come on now.
Shout out to PBC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you see that at?
I
Tom Brown?
read it.
Tom Brown, I think,
shout
did
out.
something.
Okay.
Yeah. So you thought it was some
I love the
bullshit
sound of
news?
that.
It's official news.
I love the sound of that. I'm all for it.
Uh-oh,
but they kind of told us that like last year and it didn't happen. So remember, it was like we're going to have 9 to 12 shows. An X amount won't be on pay-per-view. And that just didn't happen. So
I think we got 2.
What has to happen this year?
one.
yeah.
Which again, I said that at the beginning of the year. I
Have
said
they been hitting
gotta-
every month this year? January, I think, wasn't.
I would have to check. I don't think so.
Was they
Off
hitting
top.
every month this year? Oh, no. Nobody.
February, March, I think.
February, March. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so they
Yeah.
rolling.
And they just did April too.
Did they? What was the?
Tim Zoo was April
Fundora.
2nd.
Does that count
Fundora.
though? It's in Australia. And
Fundora.
it's really a no limit.
Fundora
It was on
April.
Prime.
Fundora.
It was. It was.
Fundora was in April, wasn't it?
No.
No, that was March 22nd.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So
All right, so
I got
boots or no?
somebody I want to bring onto the PorterWay podcast. Mm-hmm. And hey, Mr. Producer, sir, I want you to I'm tripping now. Play the first clip. No. Play the second clip.
Oh man.
Give it 1 second here.
Hey, now sure, I'll be at the house. I'll be saying to myself, I ain't forgetting that. I ain't gonna lie. When I play football, then you doubled. He played football and he boxed.
I'm good.
Did you, and you probably tried to run people over when you
What's
were
up,
running
Shawn?
back.
You need me on the show. The beard, I got alopecia, so the beard is going, but it's still me. It's still the beard and the eyebrows is going, but it's still me, Shawn. What you summon? You summon me? You need me on the. That's me. You need me on the show today, tomorrow. I can clear my schedule. I can free it up. I can free up the schedule if you need. How you mean? It's me. It's Jay. I don't got no Twitter. I ain't got no X. But I do got the gram and all that, YouTube and Twitch and all that. What you need me? What you need? Sean, you need today, tomorrow. Want to come out? FaceTime chat? How you want to do it? We can do it.
So
2 T's? You mean what y'all want to do? You mean?
So I seen a clip of this young man some time ago now, and he was talking about me, and it's like I always tell people, like, I appreciate the compliments. I don't go fishing for compliments. I don't look for them. But the particular video that he put up, and he was talking about my style and how I fought, I was just like, wow, like he's really articulating how I did that in a way that he understands what I did and he appreciates what I did. And I think that for a large, I'm not gonna say a large part, but there's many out there that didn't understand what I was doing and how I was doing. And it was just like, Shawn was an ugly fighter. And I just felt like the way he articulated it was really good. And so, I put a little X message out there, hey, I want to have you on the show one day. And then he did that, right? So I called to get Boots on today. We didn't get through to get Boots on today. And then I'm just kind of like looking at stuff, getting ready for the show. And I came across this video. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it today. I'm going to have my man on. Show the first video I sent.
Y'all go out y'all way every time to try to say, oh, he too big, he too this, he's super weight drained, oh, he gets hit a lot, oh, he get hit less than your favorite fighters get hit, 1. 2, can we talk about how much Stanionis was getting hit? He wasn't getting peppered with nothing. He got the whole seasoning cabinet thrown on him. And no disrespect to Stanionis, because he's a great fighter, shout out to Stanionis, but what are we doing? Y'all got everything to say about Boots. Y'all say everything except for the fact that he's him. Y'all gonna say everything except for he that nigga. Y'all kill me. And don't talk this Brian Norman shit, because he's gonna fuck Brian Norman up bad. And don't say Mario Burrows, because Burrows can't beat Boots neither. Y'all got so much to say. Y'all say everything except for, damn, I was wrong. Boots is that nigga. Bro, he that nigga. It's not that deep. What y'all gonna say now? He get hit twice. He get hit less than your favorite fighter gets. Y'all niggas kill me with that shit, man. Come on, dog. What else now?
I really do love his videos, man. Welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. 10-0, 9 knockouts. I'm pretty sure he's from Philly. JYD, welcome to the PorterWay Podcast. Erron, Peterson. What's going on, big dog?
Can't hear you.
There we go. How y'all feeling, man? What's going on?
We good, boss. How you?
I'm good, man. Listen, Shawn called me, man. I'm happy he called me when he did, right? Because he called me. I'm laid up in the bed chilling. He hit me on the FaceTime. He put like 50 grand on his shoulder right here, chilling with the bezel going, with the watch face bright. He told him, yo, what you want, little bro? I'm like, I'm happy he called me like when he did. Because if he'd have called me 5 minutes later, I ain't had no shirt on. I was chilling with my old lady. This would have been an OnlyFans link if he'd have called me 5 minutes later. But it's been rough. So you mean, shout out to y'all.
Now, I'm going to start this off by, Boots is a bum, man. Boots is trash. I'm just fucking with you. Hey, man. Chill out, man. Chill out. I'm just fucking with you. I'm just playing. Calm down.
Cause listen, I done heard it all. Especially coming from Philly. Dudes, they just blow me with this, man. Boots get hit way less than most dudes' favorite fighter get hit. And for some reason, everybody got this whole thing where it's like, oh, Boots is too big for a weight. Or he's scared to do this, or come on, man. If you can make the weight comfortably and you can do it without steroids, there's no such thing as too big. He get hit too much. Everybody get hit. So if you're gonna say he get hit too much, what was Stanionis doing last night? Because he was getting hit a lot. No disrespect, but it's the truth. But now everybody's saying, oh, Stanionis, we knew that was a bad style matchup. No, y'all didn't.
Hey, yo, you've been seeing Boots for a long time. Is this the best performance you've seen from Boots, amateur or pro?
It was definitely probably one of the best. I don't see, because I see Boots so much, it's just like, even on what they would call his worst performance, you still see things that's like, damn, this kid's special. So
I know
it's just the truth.
I get it. What in your opinion, what makes Boots so special?
So I've been in there with him multiple times. One is not even just the power because he can punch in both hands.
Is that what happened to your hair?
I'm sorry, what you say?
Huh?
Can y'all hear me?
What you say?
Hey, Shawn still out here trying to spar people. So if you need some work, he ain't in shape. He ain't in shape.
What's up?
Ain't nothing though.
What weight you need him at? What weight you need him at? What you need him come in at?
Am I gonna come where there?
No. What weight you need Shawn to come in the ring at? 150.
I need Shawn. What you want to do, Shawn? You want me to catch weight? Let's do
God damn it! I just tell us what's so special about Boots.
No, listen. He can crack in both hands, right? He's lightning fast and he's smart too. And defensively, he's like people try to act like he's easy to hit. He's not. That boy is sharp. He got great reflexes. But what really makes him special is I know that Boots is Christian, as far as I know at least. But that boy worship boxing, man.
Yeah.
He lives in the gym.
Yeah.
He worships the sport. Like, I don't know nobody that's in the gym more than that man. Like, he worked.
And the impressive thing to me, he's 27 years old. To the point of what you just said right there, I've been told and I've spoken to him, the worship that he has for the Lord is they run really close together. And a lot of people don't know how to balance their faith with work and home life and all those other sorts of things. So you're right. The kid is locked in spiritually, and right after he's locked in spiritually, it ain't the family, it's boxing. You know what I mean? And to me, it's kind of crazy how locked in he is to boxing. But shout out to Andre Ward. He said, we all gotta be a little crazy to do this. You know? Mm-hmm. Real quick, I'm gonna ask you this one. I'm gonna let these guys take over. I said, I don't know if you saw this on the podcast, but I said, when I watched Boots spar, and I saw it once in the fight too, yesterday. I rewatched it this morning. I saw it once in the fight today. I said it's like he's been there before. Have you experienced that being in the ring with him where he makes you miss, but he made the move before you threw the punch? Like, do you know what I'm talking about? Like, tell everybody about that.
So, like I said, I've been in the ring with Boots a ton of times.
That's what happened to your hair?
And he absolutely makes you miss before you even get the shot off, because it's almost like he know what you're going to do in some instances before you do it. I wish people, like, in this generation, they call it like glazing, but I wish people give props where it's due. Mm-hmm. Boots don't be in the ring doing regular stuff. Like, and a lot of people don't understand it. They don't understand he's not in the ring doing regular things. So when you see what he's doing, you gotta show appreciation and you gotta show respect, and you gotta have an IQ to know and see exactly what's being done. Because that kid will make you miss, and it's not even just miss in the middle of the ring. You'll miss on the ropes. He'll be laying up on the ropes, and then you won't be able to touch him nothing. Boom, boom. But he's just destroying you every time you miss. He's special. Mm-hmm. He's special.
I agree. To simplify it, it's the sauce, right? Yes. It's things he can just flat out do things other fighters, even great fighters, can't necessarily do. And Stanionis is like the antithesis to him. He does everything fundamentally sound. Elbows in, hands up, everything gets turned over short and crisp, tucks his chin. And Boots sometimes gets away with, like Roy and a young Ali, doing things you're not supposed to do, but he gets away with it. So in regards to that, I know you're talking about we'll nitpick how he gets touched, and he does get touched, right? Like that was he did do his Mayweather Gatti. He delivered on that promise, but Floyd got hit even less, but he delivered his promise. He did his Mayweather Gatti show in Atlantic City. Do you think if he ever would have fought Crawford, or when he does fight fighters of that caliber, that he does tighten things up a little bit, that the chin isn't as exposed on some of those defensive moves where he's using his athleticism? What do you think about that?
So I absolutely, It would have been beautiful to see him fight Terrence Crawford, but I genuinely believe it's never going to happen.
Right.
So I'm just going to start there. I don't ever think it's going to happen. I don't think Crawford's going to come back down in weight anywhere near there. And he's also been hinting that he's on his way out of the door. Right. So, respect for that, because he's had a beautiful career. But if he fights people that's on that level, I do believe that Boots is going to tighten up even more. Like I said, taking Crawford out, because that's not going to happen. But I think if he fights people that's on that level, he's going to tighten up, but he's still going to be himself. Yeah. So Boots is a bit of a risk taker, because he does believe in himself to the extent of, like, you can't beat me. Like, and this is not just him talking. If anybody who watches Boots interviews, he's not a big talker. He's really not a big talker at all. He really just wants to fight, and he believes in himself. How he carries it in the gym is how he carries it in the ring. So I'm seeing him spar 5 and 6 guys at a time, back to back to back to back to back. Bring him in, bring him in, bring him in. And he carry that same energy to the ring. If he make mistakes, cool. But does he get touched? Yeah, but everybody does. But I don't think it's going to be like that to an extent where, as though when he fights somebody on a Bud level, I don't think he's going to get touched like that, because I think he's going to be tighter and he's going to know the situation. But once he start picking you apart, he's going to get in this bag and he's going to get you out of there. That's what I believe.
That's the crazy part about him. He has some bad habits, straight up and down. You can watch his fights in slow motion. You can watch him in fast motion, and you can pick out where those bad habits are. You can pick out the habit of when it's gonna happen. You can predict when that bad habit is gonna show itself. But the thing that covers up the bad habit is how explosive he is offensively. Yep. And I think that's what's gonna always trump his bad habits. He's
gonna punctuate the conversation. You might get that shot in. Hell, you might even win the exchange once or twice. But he's always so good at being first and last. He'll be first off the jab, and he wants to exchange. He'll take those chances. And the reason why it's okay if he gets touched sometimes is he tends to come back with something heavier, something sexier. Yeah. And he punctuates the conversation.
Yeah. Did you go to the fight last night?
Roy Jones Jr. also, Roy Jones Jr. was so athletic. Yeah. If you slow down what he did, Roy Jones Jr. made a lot of fundamental mistakes, and that's no knock on Roy Jones Jr. He's one of the best to ever do it. But what I'm saying is his athleticism, his power, his speed, you can't teach certain things. Like, God gives certain fighters certain things. Yeah. And what Roy Jones Jr. has, and what Boots has, some of those things, while yes, they may be mistakes, they cover them up so well with what they can do better. Yep. And lastly, on that topic, what I will say before I shut up with my piece is, like, Muhammad Ali, greatest of all time, no problem. But Muhammad Ali made so many defensive mistakes as well. Shouldn't have granted, but Muhammad Ali made a lot of defensive mistakes. So when you actually look at boxing and you study boxing, even the greats make mistakes, but it's how you can cover them. Of course, time catches up to all of us, but when you're that great, it is what it is.
Go ahead.
I feel like, I know he's about to do something special at 147, because I think 147 is down. He's the only one I think could compete in the Shawn Porter era. The rest of these guys, no way.
I like Brian Norman.
No way.
I don't think he beats Boots, but I like Brian Norman. I think that's the only legit threat. He's growing into his own. He's getting a little bit better every fight. I'm not saying he beats Boots, but that's the best fight in the division. Yeah, will you admit that? That's at least the best fight out there.
He gets stopped.
All right, can I say this? To answer that, can I ask you a question, Shawn?
Yeah, go.
Not you.
Oh. So no, Shawn Porter. Oh. So I'm sorry. No. Only because Shawn has had a long career in boxing. So let's just say you had a guy that you spar with time and time again, and you kick his ass every time, and then all of a sudden you need, let's just say, a replacement, and this guy steps in for a last minute replacement. You going in there knowing, like, boy, I know what I done did. I'm not going to answer that for you. How would you feel going into that fight?
I've done that before.
Okay.
I used to beat this dude up all the time in sparring, and we ended up drawing each other in the tournament. I went into the fight like he couldn't get with me, and the dude ended up beating me. And I mean, he beat me. I was so destroyed mentally, like emotionally, because I just underestimated him. Come back the next tournament, I couldn't wait to fight the dude. I went out there, I shined on him, and it looked worse than the sparring had ever looked. You know what I mean? So yeah, to that point, a lot of times when you go out there with somebody that you've been in the ring with before, there's a level of comfort that you have to trump with, knowing that I got to do this tonight.
And see, my point with that is this: how you said you underestimated him. I know Boots. Like in real life, forget Instagram, forget social. If I never had a social media, Boots is still my guy. Like I know him in real life.
Right.
He's not going to underestimate you. When Boots get in that ring, he treats everybody like they are a murderer. He does not. So the reason why I had asked Shawn that, to answer your question, Shawn, was back, here. Shawn's I tell back here. Boom.
I'll follow.
The reason why I answered it that way is because Boots is not going to underestimate Brian Norman. Him and Brian Norman sparred multiple times. Multiple times. It was never competitive. It was never close. It was never any of that.
We're getting it from
when
someone
they brought
that was
up
there.
the whole box. I'm sorry, go ahead.
We're getting it from someone who was there. You saw them spar.
Yes, I saw them spar. So even when they talked about the body shot thing, mind you, when the whole debacle of Brian Norman and his dad going on tour talking about, Boots, I'm just sitting there being quiet watching until they start crossing lines. Then I'm like, all right, now, I was there. When he put Brian Norman down, if this was a fight, it would have took way more than 10 seconds for him to get up. When he put him down that body shot, it would have taken way more than 10 seconds for him to get up. But let's pretend that the body shot never happened. The spar was never close, and none of them. That fight, mark my words, does not go past 5. And I'm being generous.
Bet the house?
I'm being generous.
Bet the house? Bet the house? Bet the house.
I'll bet whatever you want.
he made
No,
it personal.
not me and you. Against Vegas. Against Vegas. No.
Your mic scruffy, but yeah, we in Vegas.
No, I got boots.
Vegas, my dog.
I got boots. You got Brian Norman.
He said, I bet my dog, I bet my cat.
I got boots. You get Brian.
This man lost his
Yo,
voice.
this is
He
funny.
can't.
Yeah, this is classic. Your audio went out.
I can't hear you.
I'm about to say, can somebody repeat what Ian said? What did he say?
I got boots. You got Brian Norman.
He wants you to bet on Brian, and he gonna bet on Boots. Look at this.
You want me to go bankrupt?
Bankrupt.
What? If they said you could put $1 on Brian Norman to beat Boots and you'll win $1 million, I promise to God I keep my dollar.
Now I bet the dollar. You gotta bet the dollar.
What?
You gotta bet the dollar.
I can take that dollar and go get some candy, go get a water. I can do anything else that I want to do than waste it.
They got cheap gas stations in Philly. You can't get shit with $1 anymore. You can't get it.
All right, but it's all serious. I tell Shawn and both Shawns, I'm ready for Boots to get to 154. That's why I think the money fight's at. That's where his legacy is set at. Obviously, he's about to do something special and go undisputed at 147, set history. But I think the money fights and the big fights is at 154, and that sets Boots as a superstar in the sport. Because outside the sport, if you're not really a real hardcore, you don't really know who Boots is. No disrespect, but that's kind of what it is. You know this kid that's talented. They talked about it a little bit, but you don't know Boots. 154 stamps him. You're going to have to go through some wars. You might have to get up off the canvas, but you're going to set your legacy.
And you are 100% right, and I'll give you that because and this was my point earlier. Boots is not he's not that outgoing like public guy. Like so he's not a guy that's going to like go out there and put his name because he really just want to fight. He's not a big talker. He just wants to fight. But I do believe that 154 is when he's really going to stamp his name and his legacy. But I want him to do what he wants to do. He doesn't care about money. He cares about the belts. Mm-hmm. And he wants to do that at 47. This is from a guy who talked to him. I talked to Boots about this. He really wants the belts. He don't care about the money. He wants the belts.
He let Stanionis make more money than him, reportedly, just so he could get him in the ring and get the unification going. Right, that's very rare. There's very few guys who would do that.
And that's true. That's not a rumor. That's the truth.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention. You know, if you're paying attention, especially pay attention to the PorterWay Podcast. Y'all fans that watch this show, put this on everybody else. Tell them about the PorterWay Podcast. I did the interview with Boots. Why are people still talking about Boots at 154 now? Y'all need to understand he wants 4 belts. He wants that Ring Magazine belt at 147. And then he'll do what needs to be done. He not afraid of nobody. The boy knows boxing, right? And I think that he has a mark where he wants to be in history, and he knows what that mark is. Once he does that, he's goal-oriented. And I love that. Because once he hits his goals, I'm on to what I got to do next. You know what I mean? Like, he ain't somebody that's just boxing trying to figure it out. Like, he knows what he wants to do, where he wants to be. I'm telling you this, and I'm going to go on record for saying this. 3 years ago, when everybody was saying he should have fought Crawford, he should have fought me and all that kinds of stuff, Boots wasn't ready for us. The timing wasn't right. He wasn't ready for us. He wasn't especially ready for a Terrence Crawford who's exactly like him, that knows this thing inside and out, that lives, breathes, eats, sleeps, the whole 9. And like you said before, you spar somebody all this many times, you still not gonna get in the ring, and Boots ain't gonna get in the ring and underestimate him. The Terrence is the exact same way. Terrence wouldn't have given a damn that the boy was 23, 24 years old at that point in time. He would have tried to tax that ass and moved on and said, well, y'all told me, y'all said. That's what it would have been. Boots is 27 now, and he's coming into his prime. The boy's going to be dangerous in 3 years. He's dangerous now. The boy is going to be lights out in 3 years. And in 3 years, he'll be at...
This can match this.
Exactly. And for him, because he meditates on it so much, he's gonna get there quicker than a lot of other men in the game. Hey yo, Jay.
I'm just making sure I'm good. Yeah.
Hey yo, JYD.
A chat joint popped up, so I was like, I didn't know if that was a producer or something.
No, you good. Hey, before we get out of here, we'll get you out of here. I want to talk a little bit about you real quick. 10-0. What's next for you?
So I do fight on the 19th, which is Saturday. This Saturday coming up, April 19th. So we just rolling. We had 2 opponents prior to this who we wanted to fight. Something occurred where they couldn't fight, so we took what we can get, and we just trying to continue to roll and keep on moving. Last year I had 5 fights. This year I'm trying to be on the same trajectory, fight every other month.
Free agent? Let's put that out there.
Yeah, definitely a free agent. Shout out to my pop, man. Listen, all jokes aside, I laugh, I kid, I play. All jokes aside, speaking directly to like black kids, black community. I'm a black man, so I'm going to speak directly to it. It's a beautiful thing having a father in your life. My dad was not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. But we got to understand that when you are someone that's trying and believe in your child and believe in what they're doing, then you got and really supporting them, because we doing this out the mud ourselves. You know, so when my dad done paid my rent for me. Yeah. My dad done paid my rent and then turned around for pay for everything else that involved boxing and my kid. You know, so I love and appreciate my pop for everything he do. So you know, we free agents, man. Shout out to Breadman too for taking a chance on me as well, man.
Is Breadman training you?
Breadman is my main trainer. I actually trained with Breadman 9 months before I turned pro. Me and him, we got together and then we trained together for 9 months to make sure we mesh and click. I turned pro with Breadman. It's been there ever since. Can
I ask who's managing you?
My dad.
Okay, that's what I figured. Because Ant is available too. So okay.
Hey, well, whatever pops me, man, we can get you to the top, baby. Who we need to sign with?
Listen, I'm a talk. Listen, I'm not allowed to talk business.
Okay.
My job is to shut up and fight.
Yeah.
I don't believe in business.
Yeah.
I believe in shut up and fight.
Yeah.
So I'll link you with my pop. You and my pop can do all that.
Hey, tell Pops I need 80% up front.
It's not gonna get any better with the rest. You might as well just take Ant. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, that's better than PBC, top rank, Rios. It's better than all of them, baby.
Listen, I believe you, because I watched your page like for a minute, You build houses from the ground up. You construction, you plumbing, you car detail, you do it all. So I ain't mad at it. I know how you get down. I know.
All right.
One more thing, big dog, because I was kicking it on your hair, and you didn't catch it a couple of times. But tell everybody, I know you are you dealing with alopecia? Dealt with it? Like, kind of tell us your health situation.
Yeah, man, the mics was kind of choppy for a bit. So if you was coming at my hair, Shawn, don't throw shots at my hair, Shawn. Because I need something. But no, I'm dealing with alopecia. And I have like a really aggressive form of it. So it started and then it never stopped. So from me dealing with it and talking about it, a lot of people thought that I was going to like shy away from social media. I'm gonna just use boxing terms because this is how I talk in the gym.
Right.
I don't spread ass for nobody. So I'm a fighter. And when I come to rumble. I ain't spread ass for nobody. So at the end of the day, when alopecia came, I'm not hiding under a rock. Y'all gonna see the whole transition, the bald spots, the pads, everything, because it is who I am. So a lot of people deal with it that I've seen in my DMs and stuff. People DM me and reach out to me. They deal with it and they don't deal with it publicly because they are embarrassed. Don't be embarrassed. You are who you are before the alopecia came in. We all got our rough days. It's okay. Some days you might not feel like yourself, but love come from inside. Your hair don't make you. You are who you are internally. We all, at the end of the day, we all going to die. We all going to perish. Yeah. This means nothing.
Man, listen.
No matter what God you serve.
Yes, sir.
This is just a vessel.
Yes, sir. And with that being said, man, I want to say thank you for coming on to the PorterWay Podcast today. God bless you, big dog.
Thank you, brother.
I'm going to shout out this week, April 19th, we fight for peace. That's what we're promoting on this one.
Yeah,
let's see. Philly Harris Casino. Get down there, get the tickets. Doors open at 5 o'clock. First bell at 7 p.m. General tickets, standing room 55, general 75, reserve 100. Ringside 150. Get up and support our guy, man. He up there doing something right, man, being positive. He ain't be an idiot out here in the neighborhood doing stupid shit. He actually promoting shit, staying positive. Salute, man.
Salute.
JYD.
I appreciate y'all. Huge respect. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes,
thank
sir.
Y'all. Seriously, thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Take care, big dog. Talk in a minute.
Have a good one.
That Boots Norman story is gonna make the news wires.
I figured
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
He
I did a good one today.
I wasn't feeling, but that
Breaking
saying
news.
he dropped him with a body shot.
He was there.
Ooh, Brian Norman dad about to go off now.
Yeah.
Don't light your ass up.
Call
me next week.
Did you see Omari Jones? He did a feint to William Jackson.
I missed this fight.
So there was one part I thought of Brian Norman since we're talking about him. And remember, I love that. I heard him with a feint quote.
Oh yeah.
So Omari Jones,
he
did a first or second round feint, and William Jackson went. Yeah. He reacted to it 3 times. He went like,
You know why though, right? Because usually it's like it's feint and then throw the punch, right? So he caught it, then he's like, because he like, here comes. That's funny. So, that's good stuff.
So in honor of Brian Norman, Omari Jones buckled him with a feint one time. So
hey man, Brian down. How many times Brian Norman been down?
But no, this is a props to him. I'm like, people are living on and bringing his quote to life. One of the best quotes in boxing.
Shout out to Brian Norman. His dad, they believe they can beat Boots.
And shout out to JYD too. Make sure y'all do the best you can to check out his fight April 19th out there in Philly. If you're out there, I'm gonna find out if they got some sort of streaming or something like that, and make sure everybody stays up on him. And as y'all can see, a dynamite guy.
Yeah,
I don't count Brian Norman out in that fight.
Okay, you and a lot of other people have told me that too.
No, I got Ennis.
There's something Ennis, interesting there with that fight.
More than Barrios.
Beyond he's got the belt and he's not.
No, he's got swag. He's got power. He's got confidence.
There's something there with that fight.
The Barrios fight, we seen that going same as last night. That's what I do.
Yes.
I hate to say it, but
yes.
I don't see Barrios bringing more. If you're not athletic, you can't do nothing with this kid.
Yeah.
If you just stand there and you can't move, it's about to be a long night for you, bro. Good luck.
With Stanionis, he didn't use his jab. He came out and I got to put my hands up. I get it.
You got jab with the jabber?
Well, it's just things that y'all don't see, that you can't see with the naked eye. And it's like it becomes more of a feeling. When we talk about range and distance, sometimes it's not about actually seeing that range. It's that feeling that I'm in range to land a punch. And with somebody like Boots, and he's so smooth and he in and out and all these things, it mentally makes you feel like I'm not there. I can't do it. There were moments where he threw his jab and he landed his jab. But then the other side of that, from a standpoint of being prepared for your opponent, you know that if I let go of one, 2 or 3 is coming back at me, it pulls you away from what you do so very well. His jab is one of his biggest attributes because it sets up the power, it sets up everything else that he has. He what we saw him doing last night, it's a lot of in your face, but that jab is usually keeping you stabilized. That jab is usually keeping you busy. That jab is usually moving you somewhere, but he couldn't get, Boots was just gonna go wherever he wanted to go all night, you know? So this was one of the scenarios. I didn't see the fight going 6 rounds, but this was one of the scenarios, or the biggest scenario that I felt was going to be what it was going to be, was Boots using his range, his speed, his foot movement, and beating him to the punch and turning him, forcing him to reset. And it was a lot of that, but on top of all that, he got power. You know what I mean? Like, he got power in both hands. And I was so glad that Boots was prepared for this fight. It looked like he game planned. The corner looked very much more settled. And again, and I heard the commentary. I thought the commentary was really good last night. They talked about how relaxed and calm he seemed through the fight. And the corner was the exact same way. You know what I mean? So they got a recipe over there. Yeah. And I said this, and I'm going to keep saying it. It is what it is. Terrence and Bomac got a recipe. They're very familiar to one another. I don't care nothing about them switching stands or anything like that. I know what I know, and I know what I know. Them dudes is very familiar to one another. And styles make fights on any given night. I think now it's closer than it would have been 2 or 3 years ago when people was talking about it. Go ahead.
Let me please ask Shawn that, because I think now it's the right time for the fans to get your insight on it.
Actually, and now it's actually better timing for the fight now, but it just ain't gonna ever happen.
It's not. So the best we can work with is what if you sparred Ennis getting ready for this Stanionis fight. You fought Terrence when he was the best welterweight. I
sparred Stanionis too.
Right.
So people don't know that. Yeah, I sparred Stanionis at the wild card.
At the wild card.
Yep.
So Shawn, please tell us.
Not prepared.
What do you think would have happened? The version of Ennis here in 25 that you sparred in Philly against the version of Crawford in 21 that you fought, what would that have looked like?
I truly don't know, because Terrence is just
somebody getting stopped.
I don't know. This fight right here, if this fight were to happen this year, it will go down in history as one of the classic fights that go with the Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns, that go with the Ray Leonard and all of those guys.
You know what fight I always thought these two would resemble their own way? Was when James Toney would fight Mike McCallum.
Oh, wow.
And they would have... Go watch those fights. You will see the highest level of exchanges in box.
Don't. Yeah.
Counter. Like, just...
With speed and power.
I just think
creativity.
You just don't see that. That's what this would have been.
Yep.
100%.
A plus versus A.
That's A plus versus A. I like that.
Terrence just a little too much and will catch him.
Yeah.
And buzz Boots. And I think that'll... I think Terrence stops him
It's
late.
such a special fight because you got 2 alpha males in the ring that are true alpha males. You know what I mean? I was an alpha male until I got in the ring with that dude.
It just
that dude, like, it was like the more he wasn't allowing me to do what he wasn't, and it was like, damn, okay, well then shit.
You know? You had one of them in 8s and the other in sparring.
I don't know, because that dude hit me with a right hand in the sparring, and I was like. I was like, yo, that was real.
Think it's one of those things where Boots is good, but once you run in there with that, you're like, damn, I thought I was good. I got to work on.
Yeah, it's like
shit I got to work on.
If you compare it.
That would be like if Shawn fought Floyd Mayweather. Oh, I thought I was good.
I'd compare it to this. Jaron Ennis, Terrence Crawford. Jaron Ennis is Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter. Terrence Crawford's Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
There you go.
Perfect. A plus A.
And if you just look at the highlight reels, You might actually think Vince
he got
Carter
shot.
is better.
He got-
You might think Vince Carter is even better.
Yeah, that's
or
perfect.
Tracy.
Yeah.
So that
Yep,
Just
that's
like that.
He can't explain it even better.
So
And don't get mad if you don't watch NBA.
Yeah.
I was trying to find an NFL one, but I
There
can't
you
really.
go. There you
Yeah,
go.
I'm like maybe Joe Montana
Randy Moss,
and
Jerry Rice, like
Yeah.
one of them's more the freak, just does things that are absurd, but the other guy,
That's such a good one. I hate that he got it before me.
yeah.
Reggie Bush.
I hate that he got it before
Reggie
me.
Bush, Barry Sanders.
Yeah,
Reggie Bush highlights is amazing.
yeah,
Right,
yeah.
Stuff like that, right?
Honestly, like this ain't no cop out. That's what that is.
Yeah.
And when you've seen it, like Zattel has seen high level sparring with two real guys. That's you don't see a lot of that on fight night. That's what that would be.
Question. You already know my answer. The best sparring you guys ever seen. You already know my answer. But y'all too.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I always say Shawn Porter, Demetrius Andrade.
Yeah,
Andre.
yeah.
I'm trying to think.
I know you guys seen a lot of.
It's not so much it's not so much seeing this great action take place. It's that I've seen greatness from Floyd just dominate people. I've seen Floyd dominate people in sparring a lot. When I saw Keyshawn and Shakur spar, I really learned once and for all how important feinting is. That trying to punch against an elite fighter without feinting is like you're going in naked. Like you just can't do it. And David Benavidez is the most violent fighter I've seen spar, where I'm cringing and making faces as he's doing what he's doing to the David Benavidez. When I watch him spar, it makes me actually feel bad for the other guy.
Damn.
When I watch, Tank a little bit too, but Tank's not as busy as David. David is just pounding.
Imagine if Data had stopping power.
He has power. He's just not a one punch knockout, but he has power.
Sean?
The stuff that I saw at the Olympic Training Center.
Okay.
I'm like, and I know I'm taking it back, but I mean,
Oh, when you talking about when you were coming up and looking.
yeah, I mean, but I saw some really high level stuff back then. A lot of names that became big names, and then a lot of
Devin
names
Haney.
that never amounted to anything. I'm talking about like Daniel Jacobs.
My bad. I was interrupted.
Used to spar my brother,
Yeah, my bad.
and it was like crazy stuff. You know what I mean?
Your Sean brother was nice.
Yeah, and it was crazy. Like Daniel Jacobs and
How tall
Kenny,
is your brother?
My brother is even back then he was about 5'11".
Yeah, so long.
Fast hands.
Don't fight like Sean.
He was very fast.
Yeah, don't fight like Sean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hey,
And he had-
probably the better of the Porters.
he had a chip on his shoulder because I started clocking guys when I was 14, and I mean putting them down.
So
and,
then your brother-
and they had to help them kids up when I was that young. And Kenny wasn't doing that, so Kenny had this chip on his shoulder. I can thump too.
Best beat you up.
So you a lot of times when Kenny would lose, it was because he just went in there trying to be a hothead and knock you out because
Not listen to Kenny Porter.
that was my thing.
Not
yeah,
listen to his corner.
yeah.
I only said Devin Haney because it just jumped out to me when you asked the best sparring I've seen. Devin, I've seen him look amazing in sparring, and I think Sean's seen him in the gym spar too. Not just sparring him, but Devin is definitely one of the best spars I've seen, and I mean undisputed lightweight
Caleb,
champion.
you seen Caleb spar,
Caleb,
right?
yeah.
Caleb too.
does
Yeah.
some saucy stuff.
Yeah,
he does.
yeah,
Yeah, you see the sauce.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot of stuff. to talk
No,
about.
we don't.
And where we at?
No, we don't.
We've been going for about an hour.
Hey, shout out to Charles Conwell. He's getting in the ring next
This
week.
Saturday.
Okay.
Shout out to Gabriela Fundora. She's getting in the ring next week.
Yep.
Is she the main event?
She is.
That's so sweet.
And Conwell is the co-main. I'm
And
gonna pull up.
She deserves it. That's here
That's over by San Diego in Oceanside. So
next week.
Beautiful, beautiful area. If you ever been out there, beautiful.
I don't know what next week looks like for me. I think I'm free.
all right, yeah. Let me know.
I'll holler.
We'll be out there.
I will holler 100%.
I would love to make that.
Holler back.
I'm telling y'all right now, 2016 Olympian Charles Conwell.
Oh yeah.
It's now for him. And again, if you look at all of the rest of those 2016 guys, Boots was a 2016 guy, right? He was not 2012. He was 2016.
Yeah,
he was a 2016 guy.
Hell, he might have been a 12 guy.
No. He was a 2016 guy.
Yeah, it's got to be. He's way too young.
He was a 2016 guy.
Yeah.
Gary Russell, the Antoine.
Yeah, they fought a bunch of times.
Antoine was a 2016 guy.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Charles Conwell. I always have been for a long time. He's had a hard road. Make sure y'all check out the fights on DAZN next week. He got something for y'all. He got something for y'all.
He's one of my favorite slept-on fighters in boxing today.
Yeah.
I really like him.
Yeah, he got something for y'all.
Yep.
So
we're always saying that.
Yeah.
We're always saying
And then next we ain't recording next Sunday. It'll be like being in a week because it's Easter.
Oh. Right. Maybe we'll do a live show Monday. What? You got work to do?
No. Shout out to our producer. You never know. He might got a fight coming up. I don't know.
I feel bad because we didn't.
What PBC doing?
We didn't get to sink the teeth into the Stanionis too much. Can I,
Yeah.
I think the most mature.
Hey, what's that? Cook. Just don't cook too long.
Yeah, I won't.
Who said that? Who said that? Somebody said that.
I added that, but you be like,
wrap it up,
go to cook. Go to
wrap
cook.
it up.
I tell you that.
You tell him that all the time. Go. Go to cook.
So he promised
Don't
Mayweather Gatti, right? He promised he would do Mayweather Gatti to Stanionis, and I said he delivered on his promise, and that made people go, he's not Floyd Mayweather. And he got hit a lot more than Floyd Mayweather did against Arturo Gatti. Okay, I understand that. Jaron Ennis is not Floyd Mayweather, but he is a very special talent. We all know that. And it was definitely a wink and an homage to what Floyd did to Gatti 20 years ago. It was 20 years ago. And almost 20, almost to the day. I mean, 2 months off. But anyways, Ennis was 33-0 heading into this fight. So was Floyd Mayweather heading into that Arturo Gatti fight. Floyd was 28. Ennis is 27. They both dominated for 6 rounds, and Ennis and Stanionis and Gatti weren't able to make it out of the corner for the 7th round. I mean, damn, how many similarities do you need? They're basically the same age, the same record, with the same result in the same round and the same venue 20 years later. It deserves to be a wink and a nod to what Floyd did to Gatti, and he manifested that. I thought the most mature thing about Ennis in this fight was the jab. And Shawn was talking about how Stanionis couldn't get... Actually, anytime Stanionis threw the jab, he basically landed it almost every time he threw it. And he was knocking Boots' head up every time he landed. That's a problem for Boots, is he has a good chin, but it doesn't matter if you have a good chin if it's exposed the way it is with him.
Yeah, I'm worried about that versus like a Charlo.
Just against real top killers, it's going to be a problem. But he's like streaky shooters in basketball. He's streaky on defense. He'll catch a rhythm and start making you miss clean for 2, 3, 4 sequences at a time. But you'll find him because he is what he is. He is what he is. He's, like Erron and you guys were saying that, yeah, he gets hit, but he's going to hit you a lot more than he does. HBO said about Lennox Lewis back in the day, he has chinks in his armor, but look at all that armor. It's not going to be... So, and that's Boots.
Yeah.
But anyways, that jab was so mature of him because... He's not throwing and landing the kind of shotgun jab Stanionis is. So it's not knocking the head up. It's not giving him that gratification. And a lot of fighters will give up on the jab if they're not getting that immediate gratification. If it's not knocking, they'll go, okay, forget it. I'm going to go to other things.
Sure.
And if he would have done that, that would have made the fight a lot easier on Stanionis.
Yeah.
To come through and put pressure on. So he doubled it, he tripled it. It didn't matter if he was southpaw, it didn't matter if he was orthodox. He stabbed at the body, took something off of it, and that just made the fight so much easier for him. And that's a big notice. That's something he definitely needs to keep note of going forward because, yeah, you can do all these great counter punches and all this great. Sometimes just use the jab.
Yeah.
Just make the fight easier on yourself by using the jab, and everything. All that other stuff will come easy. You won't have to force it or look for it.
And I just think it's crazy how much I think of Terrence, and that's kind of that maturity separation. Is just Terrence is like, I'm good with what's been given to me.
Right.
And he's been like that for a very long time, So yeah, but my bad, but yeah.
No, you're right. Yeah, Terrence will take what's there. And Boots is like, I'm gonna do this flashy uppercut,
And
right hook, pivot out combo.
I ain't mad at it.
No, it's fun to watch.
I know you already put him on a pound for pound list. I still think he's undisputed.
How you gonna put him on a pound for pound list?
I've seen it. I think he's undisputed away from being on the pound for pound list. That's my preference.
You said undisputed away?
Yeah.
Huh.
I need you to be undisputed because of
like
somebody on Sergio Moore. Somebody said, if you're gonna put him on, who you gonna take off? That's a great question.
There's Ken Shiro, Junso
Usyk
Nakatani, and Devin Haney are kind of the. I guess the most likely candidates would be Haney, Ken Shiro from Japan, and Nakatani.
Yeah.
That would take a real boxing nerd discussion from us to really, get it. Your eyes see a top 5 pound for pound talent. It's just about proving it, executing it, putting it together, getting the wins on the record. Talent-wise, I mean, look, I'll piss off a lot of hardcore boxing fans. He's more talented than Dimitri Bivol. Mm-hmm. He's nowhere near as decorated or as accomplished, not as fundamentally sound as Bivol, but talent, God gifts, very, very few can equal him.
Mm-hmm. It's funny when you watch boxing. No matter how talented you are, the fundamentals always decide who wins the fight sometimes. It's crazy. It's like the fundamentals, like the elites, the fundamentals.
It's like in this fight that wasn't the case. Like Stanionis is totally fundamental.
No, I'm talking about that's not elite. That's not an elite fighter.
Right.
I'm gonna do this motivational message
and get out of here.
And get on up out of here.
Okay.
So you think Vergil beats him then because of the fundamentals?
That's a good fight. That's a good fight. That's 50-50.
I talked to Na last night. Naeem.
Oh, wait. Here we go. Here we go.
You know what's one thing that makes me think Ennis does win that fight? Even though Ortiz right now on paper is the favorite. He's been at 54 and all. When you look at how Madrimov's awkwardness and his movement in that fight made it hard for Ortiz to get off until later in the fight. Ennis can implement the same things but actually be hitting him while he's doing it. So
Come on, Naeem. What'd he say?
Nah, I said, what you think of? I said, what you think about Boots? He sent me the yawn emoji. I said, how?
Hey, he only goes right or left.
I said, how? And then of course he moved up to 54. Vergil gonna take him out. I said, I don't see it, but okay.
Good fight.
It's a good fight.
Great fight.
I like him.
I know who I think wins that fight, but
I like him and Charlo at 154.
Charlo ain't gonna fight at 54 no more.
Yes, he is.
He gonna fight at 160 at least.
His brother's at 160.
Who? Jermell?
Yeah. You don't go that long without having to get to 154.
Isn't he a champion recess still?
I don't know. He
come back at 60. He ain't coming back.
He hasn't fought in a year and a half, and the last time he did was 168. So it's like
boom, boom.
I don't know. Look, I think Jermell is actually a Hall of Famer. I think
you said that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until you said, I said, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I felt like it was kind of quiet, right? Am I wrong?
He was undisputed.
Yeah.
He was undisputed. That's what I mean.
Knocking people head off.
When you just look at the body of his work, you can't tell the story of the 154-pound division in boxing without bringing him up. Because so does that mean I think he would have beat Trinidad at 54 or some of the Leonard and Hearns? No, but not really. But he's a Hall of Famer in his own right.
But isn't there like unfinished business for him?
I feel like he goes back to 54 and still cleans up some guys.
Between him giving no resistance to Canelo and what happened outside of the ring soon thereafter, my thing with Jermell Charlo is he's got some redemption to do right now.
Yeah.
I don't say that to be a dick, but that's how I feel about him right now.
Yeah, I definitely felt like he laid down against Canelo.
Yeah,
it was a money grab.
And then with the stuff that happened outside the ring after that wasn't a good look. So want to see him back in more positive headlines coming back to the ring because again I do think he's a Hall of Fame 54-pounder. So
let's pray for a good year of boxing, guys.
Well, let's pray for PBC on TV every month.
They already committed to us. If not, it's on Tom Brown. Shout out to Tom Brown.
Hey, yo, let me read this real quick and then we're going to get out of here. Think about your life like a car, like you're the car, you're the road. Every time you wake up, that engine is started. You got to drive. We leave the house, we get on the highway. The ambitious ones get on the highway and they get in that fast lane. The strong ones drive fast. The smart ones know what exits to take. The ones who make it to the desired destination are the ones who listen to the wisdom that's given to them along the way, the instructions, the map. And by no means can you pull over. This is the PorterWay.
Stay blessed.